All right. I hit go live and all right. Everything seems normal so far.
Yeah, live on both.
All right, cool. I don't definitely don't need this like that. Right on. All right. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. It's probably crack open my beer.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Oh, yeah. Holy shit. Oh, yeah, that hits good. Ooh. Wait, what? The fuck's going on here? Oh, there we go. Oh, man. All right. Yeah, so how you been doing?
Good.
Yeah?
Good. It's been busy, but
Yeah.
such is life.
Yeah. Been home from vacation now for what, like a couple of weeks?
Yeah, probably about a month now.
Oh shit, it's been a month. Damn. Is it really? I feel like you just got home like a couple of weeks ago or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was about a month ago.
A month ago? Okay. That's fine. I don't know. I have time blindness.
No, I completely understand.
according to my wife, which I mean,
Yeah.
you know, she would know for sure.
Yeah,
cool.
almost exactly a month ago now.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let me put that in the notes, and we gotta remember to ask you about that on the podcast.
Boy, howdy, do I have a fucking story for
All
you
right.
about it. Don't go through Newark Airport ever. That's all I'm gonna give you for now.
Oh man! Oh, you had to go through Newark, man.
Yeah.
Oh no! Yeah.
Yeah.
That place is it's like a third world country or something.
Basically, like the airport itself is fine. It's kind of just an airport. It's everything else about the experience.
Yeah.
That's
Oh boy.
terrible.
Oh man. Okay. Okay. No. Alrighty. Oh, okay. What time is it? 9:48. All right. Let's go. 2 minutes. 9:50, and then I'll hit record.
Sure.
Okay. Did 12 was it Nürburgring or Spa?
Nürburgring was this past weekend. Spa is this weekend.
Coming up. Okay. It's 24 hours at Spa, right? Or is it 12?
Yep. No, it's 24
It's
at
24.
both.
And it's 24 at Nürburgring too?
Yep. And it's the full circuit with the GP loop.
Yeah, that's with the GP loop.
Yeah. It's like a 15-mile lap.
Yeah, that's wild. That's so wild. That's crazy, man. Who won at Nürburgring?
I think it was a BMW. I actually didn't get to watch as much.
Oh, really?
I would have liked.
Wow. All those Krauts got to celebrate a Kraut win, huh?
Yeah, it was a Porsche leading for most of it, I think.
Oh,
They had, like,
okay.
a penalty or something.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, I love German people. Say that, call them Krauts with nothing but affection. We'll start with just moving some stuff around in the notes here. Okay. All right, let's go. All right, I'm gonna hit record.
Yep.
What is that?
Yeah, what do you think, Puff? It's a fucking tool.
No, it's not. It's a fucking rolling pin. Who are you, Fanny Craddock? What are you gonna do with that? You gonna bake me a cake? You gonna sing me a song? Watch me blow out me fucking candles? I come here for a fucking shootout, right? A proper shootout with some proper men.
Some proper men. Some proper fucking men. All right. Couple of proper fucking men right here. Live once again from the one and only Motor City and Southwestern Ohio with episode 116 of the Objective A Battlefield podcast. What's up, everybody? How you doing? We're back with some stuff to yap about in your ears. I think a little bit of news about the new game, a little bit of news, mostly some talk about the battle royale, some leaks from our friend of the pod, Temporial. Some stuff like that to talk about. I am, of course, as always, your host, Dubfire33. Joining us, as always, your co-host, OSB. How you doing, sir?
Good.
Good to hear. Oh, man. So just going to yap about some stuff. It's been a minute. Definitely, what did we go? Over a month again?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, since the last time we did this. So, but that's fine. But before we get into all that, thanks again for everyone listening. Thanks for liking and subscribing to the YouTube channel. Of course, Play the Objective. I still don't know how to like. It's so weird to like, because I can say I'm at Dubfire33 on X. I can say follow me on Twitch at Dubfire. Twitch.tv/Dubfire33. I still don't. I wish you. This is the fucking problem with YouTube. Their whole thing, and look, I mean, it's worked for them for a long time, so clearly they don't need to really change anything. But like, even they're like, just going into the dashboard. It's like it's just not even super obvious like how to like go live. It's just you go and you got to go into your studio, and then once you've done it a few times you get it, but like there's this one little like kind of like icon up in the upper right hand corner, and it doesn't look like anything. So you got to kind of like hover over it and you go, oh, there's the go live button. Okay, great. It's like, why don't you just have a button, YouTube? Why don't you just have some kind of like easy profile URL that I can say youtube.com/PTFO. I could say, I don't think that's what it is though, because when you share this stuff, it's what it is. But anyway, point is YouTube is a little frustrating, but thank you. Had a few new subscribers to the YouTube channel, so that's been cool. So just, go to YouTube, search for The Objective, a Battlefield podcast. You'll find it. And like and subscribe, of course. And of course, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Dubfire33. If you are new to the podcast, that is where you can follow the podcast. You can follow my channel. And then once you do that, turn on those noties. And then you can check out a live broadcast of the podcast. You can hang out and chat. You can talk. And, of course, we always interact with chat with anyone that shows up and wants to talk or ask us questions or whatever. So check out the Twitch page. And go ahead and follow me on Twitter, at Dubfire33. I still post some stuff there once in a while about the podcast and when we're going live and all that kind of good stuff. And, of course, the best way to support the podcast, patreon.com/playtheobjective. That's right, patreon.com/playtheobjective. Check that out. It's the best way to support the podcast. There is a few different membership levels you can support us at. Regardless of which membership level you do decide to support us at, the perks that come along with that are, of course, access to ad-free versions of the podcast, completely free of ads, and whenever myself and OSP get around to doing it, some bonus content. So, which will happen for sure. Like once we get closer to this game coming out, once we get kind of into the full swing of,
having stuff to talk about.
Having stuff to fucking talk, yeah, exactly, about the new fucking game. Because I'll tell you what, it's been real slow. It's been a real slow trickle of information. Nothing official, absolutely, other than, okay, sorry, yeah, not a complete absence of official stuff. Obviously, there was the playtesting announcement and Battlefield Labs and all that stuff. So, and we got little previews of the game from that stuff. But that was like 2-3 months ago now. And that's been it for official stuff. So, yeah. So, patreon.com/playtheobjective. Check it out if you want to support the podcast that way. Okay. So, so that's about it for me. Yeah, so how you been doing, man? What's going on with you? How's life? How's the job at the garage?
Good. We're real fucking busy.
Yeah.
So that's
Nice.
It's good and bad. You can't get everything done, but you're also really fucking busy. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, I know that feeling. It's actually wild. We were actually like somewhat frighteningly slow the first couple of months, or sorry, the first couple of weeks of the month. But since last week, we've gotten absolutely fucking shit slammed. We've just given, yeah, it's been kind of wild, and it's like, yeah, and it's been a little stressful as we're also dealing with kind of like an owner. My dad retired, and I'm sort of taking over his half of the business, and I'm working with my uncle and all this good stuff. Anyway, so yeah, a little stressful too, because we got some customers, not like breathing down our neck, but like we got customers pushing us to get their shit done, and one of the jobs is a fucking absolute pain in the ass job that like ties up two machines like for an entire day. Yeah,
Yep.
So it's like, oh great, yeah. I know you want your parts, but I got fucking 12 other customers over here who need their shit too. Stuff like that. So anyway, yeah, same kind of shit in the garage, right? People want their fucking cars, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So speaking of cars, real quick, I noticed the girlfriend posted a picture of the lewd in the Discord, looking pretty
Yes, sir.
looking pretty sharp. Yeah. What year's that particular? What years were those?
That body, oh god, it's like 96 or 97 to 01. Hers is a 99.
Okay, and that's like the third generation of body style, right?
Fifth, I think.
Oh my
I don't
God.
know those cars super well. I think there was some real square boys back
There
way back in the day.
Yeah, there definitely was. Like 80s, like some 80s, mid to late 80s. But then like the generation just before that, I'll tell you what, I will fucking stab my grandma to fucking get one of those things, man. And those things are fucking, those generation of Preludes were fucking, like a fucking, yeah, I would fucking steal one from an old fucking lady if I saw it, man. I don't care. Yeah, those ones are great. And I really dug those Ludes too. Those are nice looking. I actually knew a couple, but I think I mentioned before, my really good friend of mine had one, fucking crashed it. He fucking crashed that Honda.
That's unfortunate.
It was unfortunate because he fucking liked that car and he fucking almost killed himself in the process, man. He fucking barely walked away from it. It was pretty bad. And then a coworker of mine, like back in the day, had one too that was really sharp. Actually, same color too, a black one. Fucking, that's like really the sharpest color, I think. And although they looked pretty good, my buddy had a red one. Actually, it was pretty badass, actually. So
There's a red one that runs around here, and then there's a blue one. The blue one looks sharp.
blue ones do look really. They all just really. That one is just a fucking sharp ass car. It really does look pretty good. I think pretty much anyone you look at. The black just looks badass. The blue is really sharp, and like the red's just like classic, right? Yeah. All right, so let's kind of jump into it here, and talk about what we've been seeing come across our desks, as it were, like we work at fucking CNN or some shit. Yeah. So a few things have popped up on Twitter. Friend of the pod, Temporial, had a post about some artwork from Battlefield 6 that are supposedly from the Battle Royale mode, and with description, in fact, which was kind of interesting. His post reads, 3 new artworks from Battlefield 6 Battle Royale mode. The updated description teases, after a massive fire explosion devastates Fort Linden and its nearby beach town, the area is evacuated under the threat of toxic fallout. So that's suggesting that the circle, as it were, as you deal with in a battle royale, is or going to be something to do with toxic fallout, of course, which is obviously that's very similar to Warzone with the toxic gas. But this picture is kind of interesting. Shows like quite the variety of terrain. Are you taking a look at it? The first picture there, yeah. So like on the whole left-hand side of the picture is this whole kind of, to me, very LA looking. So we saw some the last time we talked about this, a whole bunch of leaked screenshots. We talked about how they looked like LA. So there's actually a very good chance we could have been looking at artwork that actually would have been for the BR. Although, again, Temporial his disclaimer too is like, hey, look, this is stuff they data mine. They don't really know what this stuff is for, but obviously, he does his due diligence on what he's data mining. So it's like if he posts this, I think he feels fairly confident that this is from the BR. But anyway, so like it looks very LA-ish. Like the whole left side, like kind of like a commercial area with like a freeway running through it, a couple of high-rise buildings.
This looks way too nice to be LA, actually. All of the decrepit buildings and smoke and shit. This is way too nice to be LA.
Yeah, no kidding, right? But there seems to be what looks like palm trees, which of course are completely fake. That's totally fake news. Not that there aren't palm trees in LA, but it's fake. That all palm trees do not belong in LA. Did you ever read up on that whole thing before?
No.
So palm tree. So they were all imported there. They were all brought in like in the 50s to make it look more luxurious and look more like, you know, Miami and stuff like that. Yeah. So, and now they've like become part of the landscape. It's funny. Anyway, but the interesting thing about I think the most interesting thing about this, and then, you know, the other side of, you know, there's a resort looking area. We see a golf course, which we saw in one of the screenshots before, tennis courts and stuff like that. But going right down the middle of this screenshot is a massive fault. Like it looks like it's about to swallow up the two high-rise buildings that are in the picture. So that's interesting. So I wonder this talks about toxic gas, and in another little like kind of leak that we have to talk about, they talk about the toxic gas as well. I wonder, dude, I'm just thinking of this now. I'm wondering now if maybe the mechanic to squeeze the players together isn't going to be just the fucking map just completely falling apart because of, you know, fault lines and earthquake shit destroying the map. I don't know.
Possible.
Yeah.
Take something really simple, right? We got to think like dice. So take something really simple,
right.
Make it as fucking complicated and reinvent the wheel 15 times in the process to achieve that end goal. And that's the dice way. So yeah, it's probably fault lines.
Yeah. See?
But they're filling up with toxic gas as acid rain that's on fire falls or something. And
then the final thing is a Sharknado. Fucking Sharknado.
Perfect.
Just sweeps in, fucking just starts eating fucking people's, you know, the Sharknado is just doing fucking, is just one-shotting everyone, you know, and
that might actually get me to play if there's a fucking Sharknado.
Yeah, fucking A. I mean, the cross promotion is just brilliant, right? It's just fucking brilliant. Go Wings 25. What's up, brother? Let's go, Jakey boy. Good timing, man. We're actually about to talk about the screenshot that you sent me, man. So Go Wings 25. Go check out Go Wings 25 on Twitch too. That's my boy, Jakey boy, fellow Michigander, big Red Wings fan. Twitch.tv/Go Wings 25. Follow his page. Check him out. He plays a bunch of stuff on his channel. So yeah, so dude, we cracked the code. I mean, this was not that hard because you're right. It was very easy to like kind of like to get there.
Like dice.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it makes perfect sense. It's gonna be they're completely reinventing the wheel for the BR. Exactly. Yeah. So that, I mean, dude, like I'm not. It kind of but if you do think about it, you're right. It's totally dice, and it's completely like why. Just fucking do the gas cloud thing that squeezes everything in like every other fucking game. But no, they got to do this. But however, it could be a super interesting way to do it. Fault lines, you know, opening up and then becoming impassable, right? All around the map, and then eventually squeezing the last few players in. And then last person standing wins and gets extracted. However, you'll get extracted from the game. Yeah, so
Sharknado.
The shark. You ride the shark. You ride the Sharknado out. Fuck yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. So that's it. Just occurred to me. Really, I looked at the screenshot before and I saw the fault line, but like it really just kind of like the wheels sort of turned here, and I thought to myself, so keep an eye out. So let's see if we hear more about that. That's super interesting, actually. The threat of toxic gas, maybe there'll be more. Yeah, you're right. There's going to be like more than one thing maybe that like kind of gets us there.
Oh, of course there is.
Yeah.
It's dice.
Keep in mind
there's going to be tornadoes, 100%.
Oh,
Whether
gosh,
they're filled with sharks or not.
Yeah, exactly. I know, right? I know. Gosh, I don't. You think they'll really do it? You think they'll really bring the tornadoes back?
They spent all that time on it. Yeah, probably.
I know, right? Gosh, damn it. All right. Well, we'll see. Yeah, Temporal replies in it too, saying, "Keep in mind this is based on the pre-alpha Battlefield Labs client." The Battlefield Labs client, yeah. So we're discussing work in progress content. Blah, blah, yeah. Next screenshot is of a bunch of 2042 characters in a situation that looks like a team like busted through a wall and ambushed these guys, which is like some people are talking about, like, you know, obviously the building destruction is going to be a big thing in the game. So I mean that's going to be an interesting element for a BR too. That's going to be, and actually that's we talked about that before, talking about Firestorm, right? Like that adds an interesting element for a BR style game, being that like you can't just fucking hole up like a rat in a building, because you can knock that fucking building down, you can knock walls down. So I don't know. We'll see. That should be interesting. And then the next screenshot. This screenshot's pretty interesting. So this screenshot is of, it's kind of a close up on two soldiers. One of them is sort of, and they're peering into a busted open wall. Like here, and the camera angle is from like inside of the wall that they've, you know, just kind of busted open. One guy's like he's picking up a little rack of ammo, and the guy in the background has got a sledgehammer, as if he, you know, busted open this wall to find what will essentially be the equivalent of a loot box in Warzone, right? This is, yeah. So what this picture is suggesting is this is how you're gonna find extra guns and ammo and equipment in the Battlefield Battle Royale, is by destroying walls or finding places, finding depots, I suppose, and finding hidden stashes inside of walls or something, you know, stuff like that. That is the first thing I thought of when I saw this. Is like, okay, so this is going to be like this game's version of a loot box, or not a loot box, but fuck, I can't like even remember like the actual name that they use.
I have no fucking
in Warzone
idea.
now. I know I can't. I have in fact uninstalled Warzone from my PC. So let's fucking go. Right. So, yeah, that game. We'll talk about that a little bit in a minute. That game is in a fucking bad way, man. Holy shit. No, they do call them. Yeah, they just call them loot boxes, or whatever. It's chests. I don't know. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so it seems as though this is sort of depicting a way that you're going to find extra stuff in the Battlefield BR. So that could be interesting. So we'll see how that develops. If that does end up being the mechanic they go with. All right. So next up is in fact a screenshot of a post. One second here. Let me get rid of this. What's this nodie I got on Twitter? Nothing that. Oh, got a couple of likes on my little tweet there. Awesome. All right. So yeah. So our boy Jackie Boy, Go Wings 25, he tweeted this to me because so this popped up on a Facebook group. It actually ended up in my feed eventually too. Yes, I have a fucking Facebook account. I know. Okay, look, I'm almost 50 years old. Okay, people. So just, you know, that's just where we're at. Okay, you're listening to an absolute old, dying piece of shit boomer. Okay, so that has a fucking Facebook page and still uses it. Yes. Anyway, yeah. So, but this came up on his Facebook feed, and it was posted by some account called Gamer Official. Now, take this with a fucking all the grains of salt, you know, because I mean, I've not vetted this account whatsoever. So I know nothing of it, but it's a whole list of like information about the new Battle Royale and what is some of the things that are gonna kind of be in there in the new game. And so it starts with with a real open. Battlefield 6 new battle royale mode looks wild. EA's taking another shot at battle royale, and this time it's looking way more promising. So according to this, it says set in a remastered Operation Firestorm, now a toxic wasteland featuring Fort Linden. Okay, so there's a little corroboration there between what Temporal said and this. So now was Fort Linden the name of the area in the original Firestorm game? Can you recall?
I don't remember offhand. I don't think so.
No? Okay. Because now a toxic wasteland featuring Fort Linden, and I'm at. So it's interesting. This has popped up twice, and like maybe this person got this from Temporal's tweet. I don't know, but it is two separate sources using the same name. So is your investigation coming up with anything interesting or
Battlefield 5's map for Firestorm was called Halvoy. I know there was a fort somewhere on the map. I don't fucking remember where it was though. That was so fucking long ago.
Yeah, for sure. And I actually never played, unfortunately, never fucking played Firestorm once actually. Let's see, Battlefield Fort Linden. It's probably just gonna come up with.
You're gonna come up with Gamer Official.
Oh really?
I don't fucking know. Probably.
Oh yeah, probably yeah. Battlefield Fort Linden. Battlefield. Yeah. See, there's there's nothing. I just like kind of Googled Battlefield for it, but I mean, it didn't really. Oh, here, Ghost Gaming posted the same. Okay, yeah, Ghost Gaming. This is a Ghost. Speaking of Ghost Gaming on Ender's new podcast, we'll talk about that too. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not really sure what the significance of Fort Linden is to Battlefield. It could be brand new. It could be totally brand new, but it's just interesting the way this person words it. In this post, set in a remastered Operation Firestorm, now a toxic wasteland featuring Fort Linden, like featuring it as if it's someplace we've been before. That I can't recall that at all. So anyway, moving on, it continues on saying classic Battlefield mayhem, tanks, choppers, destructible buildings. Okay, yeah. This is an interesting one. Again, no idea if any of this stuff is fucking real, but this is really super interesting. New oversight system. Eliminated players can control drones or turrets to help their squad. Okay. That's a wild concept. That's a super wild concept.
That is very DICE, so this is 100% real. In fact,
that's right.
They're not just turrets, they shoot nukes out of these. You eliminate the whole lobby.
That's right. You just wreck the lobby. You just get to crash the lobby. That's what it is.
Yeah, welcome back to BF4.
Yeah, exactly. That's right, dude. Just crashing games. Super interesting if true. A little callback to the commander mode from BF4, right? A little bit of a callback to commander mode in BF4, which was pretty neat. If you don't recall what that was, actually, I'm going to test something here real quick. But if you don't recall what that was, it was a... Oh, yeah, no, that's right. You chatted in the Twitch chat. That's right. Anyway, you could basically join a server in commander mode and you had control over assets, UAVs, supply drops, a radar sweep, and artillery artillery strikes. You could role play Benjamin Netanyahu and just fucking fire missiles at your enemy, and then sorry, right. Sorry, I had to bring up the current events. Anyway, so you had control. You had it was essentially like an oversight thing. You played in commander mode. It was pretty neat. It was slightly gimmicky, but like I remember liking it a lot, and I can remember lots of times chatting, in game chat to commander, like, hey commander, like let's get a UAV here, so it added a fun little element of like interaction with like what you would consider to be base of operations, right? The base of operations, that kind of stuff. So this would be something similar, I suppose, obviously, like but like I don't know the way they're describing it with, what does it say? I lost where to go. Drones and turrets. I mean, that's kind of so
that
I mean,
sounds awful.
That does sound awful. Exactly.
Imagine you're like 1v1 right at the end, right? It's
right.
You and one other guy. You've been sweating your dick off for 37 minutes, crowded in a attic somewhere with 3 walls blown out. And his homie just shows up with the drone behind the rock that you're hiding behind and mag dumps you. And then mag dumps your body. It's so fucking anticlimactic, unless if it's only super early game. It sounds god awful. The drones is kind of whatever if it's just a way to watch instead of
right. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
But if they give them guns, stop it. DICE,
for real,
please. I don't even like this game mode, and I know that's fucking terrible.
Exactly, I know. They definitely better not have guns. The drones can't have guns. I mean, if a turret, if it's a stationary turret, I suppose that's not terrible. But like, I don't. If it unless, and of course this tone completely tracks with DICE, what we've been talking about, unless they have really, really went off the rails with the way this BR is going to play. You know what I mean? Like they've really come up with some wildly different battle royale than we're even remotely used to in the most traditional sense of, say, like PUBG or Fortnite. And then, obviously like Warzone kind of took it to a little bit of a different level, but for the most part, Warzone is fairly traditional in its terms of the approach to the BR thing. So unless they've come up with some really wildly different idea of how to play this game, so then that these drones and turrets kind of come into play in a way that you don't grieve or it makes sense, right? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, but yeah, in the traditional sense, like if these things are in there, it's like it'll be trashed. It'll be really trash. So and bad, and I hope that helps. So
and they have, of course, not thought this through at all. The turrets you can fire when you're dead, shoot irradiated sharknadoes.
That's right.
And
I know. Yeah, could be real bad. Could be real bad stuff. Could be real bad stuff. Yeah,
100%.
Probably will be. Yeah. So, side missions and sabotage objectives let you earn extra gear or mess with other teams. Okay, that's some expert journalism right there. Mess with other teams. Okay. Gauntlet mode eliminates the lowest scoring team each round. Okay, now we're getting a little bit more granular with this. Like, so it's a round based thing for a BR.
So that is probably their equivalent of what's the fucking Warzone? Not DMZ, the other one that everybody just farms kills in. Whatever, it's the money mode, whatever it's called. It's probably the equivalent of
I know,
that. They're more casual. Maybe it's
shit. It was right there. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that like super plunder. Yeah. Gauntlet mode. Okay, yeah. So okay, you're right. Yeah, so a version of the BR with a like completely kind of different game mechanics going on. Yeah, I gotcha. Other than the BR itself, right? Which I have some thoughts on, as well. Deployable cover, defibs, and gadgets. Okay, 64 plus players, possibly scaling up to 100. Free to play. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so there you go. So that's that. from this Gamer Official Facebook account. No idea if any of that's legit or whatever. So anyway, yeah. So there's that. And that's it for all of our Twitter news stuff. So yeah. So speaking of, okay, so we're gonna continue to talk about the Battle Royale. So there's been some interesting developments in the world of other BRs, if you will, specifically Warzone, Call of Duty Warzone, right? If you haven't been paying attention to Warzone, which likely, if you're listening to this podcast, you're probably like OSB and you fucking hate battle royales. So, and you're probably like pissed that there's even going to be one for this game. Yeah, it just actually interesting thought about that too is that Enders had in his new podcast actually, which I'll get to that a little bit later. Anyway, point is well, so what's been happening in Warzone as of the last month or so, couple of months, is they introduced a lobby, a game mode called Battle Royale Casual. Says it right. Says it right in the fucking name of the game. Battle Royale Casual, and it's a version of the BR game where that has full on incorporated the PvP/PvE element or style of gameplay, which is not completely new to Call of Duty. You just mentioned it. Has DMZ, right? DMZ was a game mode that came out in Call of Duty 2 that was a PV. It was similar to a battle royale, but it wasn't exactly battle royale. It was PvP/PvE. So you'd go into the game and you would have all these fun objectives you could try to accomplish, and you would mostly run into AI, AI bots, which is the PvE element of the player versus enemy. That refers to, your computer control, your AI element of the game. But there was also other actual players, teams of players roaming around in the game world as well. And if you encountered them, you had to fight them or whatever. Anyway, so the point, so they've decided to bring that idea to the BR game, and it's been a very, very, very controversial thing that they've done to the game. Very very controversial and very divisive, in fact. So, some people are really liking it, some people are pretty upset about it, and what it's done is it's clearly made it pretty obvious that this is probably where developers are gonna take these style of games, because in fact, games like these are casual games. They're very, Battlefield is a casual video game. Call of Duty is a casual video game. There's nothing remotely competitive about these video games. They're meant for the casual player. And this is something we've discussed on this podcast, fucking just, ad hoc. I mean, not ad hoc, ad hominem. It's a casual video game. And there's always the debate back and forth about, oh, I wish it was more milsim. They want more immersion. They want more realism, but it's an arcade game. Blah, 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 blah. So, yeah. So this has really all come like full circle in Warzone, dude. It's like, I know you don't listen to the Drop Shot Boys, but they've been talking about it quite a lot. And so what's happening is it's turning out the BR casual mode where you load into a game, and instead of the lobby consisting of 100 actual human players, instead now what you've got is like, and for the its original iteration was quads. So and that was all it was. So the original version of it that they came out with was Battle Royale casual quads. So you would would end up with 4 real teammates, but basically like 75% of the enemies you would run into were AI controlled, and they were super easy, to eliminate. And it really wasn't until like, near the end of the round that you would encounter, actual human players. And it has turned out to be wildly popular, People, you know what I mean? Cause it just makes the game a little bit more fun that, you're running into enemies that you can kill with relative ease, right? Instead of running into actual players who generally, or at least on the same level as you, or maybe better, even just a little bit better, or maybe even like way better. And like, you're just getting shit on all the time. So yeah, so it's turned out to be wildly popular. So it's made me think, so seeing what's been going on with that game, I've been kind of thinking about that in terms of what does that mean for the Battlefield Battle Royale. And I will say with a high degree of confidence that is 100% how they're going to approach the Battlefield Battle Royale, to even right from the get. I can guarantee you the first thing you're going to hear about this Battle Royale is that it's going to be a PvP/PvE experience, that there are going to be, there's going to be AI element to it that you're going to run into, but it's not full AI, obviously, because, you got it. So, you're going to eventually run into real players eventually, because it's proving it's like I was saying, it's proving to just be a very popular mode in Call of Duty. And so I can say with a great degree of certainty that that's probably what we're going to see, in this game. So that, and that leads me to my question for you, actually, OSB, because this is like a very super interesting development for like the game and like this podcast, because you have very, very vocally said, very vehemently you're opposed to battle royales. You don't like them.
Correct.
Yeah. Does the idea of that seem like, make it sound like something a little bit more palatable to you, that you're going to play it maybe? Or I don't know, like, what are your kind of thoughts on that?
No, because it doesn't change the core issues I have with Battle Royale, and it's just fucking boring. To go run around a map and loot shit. Yeah, you might get 20 kill games all the time, but I can do that playing regular multiplayer and make a difference and do more shit.
Right.
No, the Battle Royale in general doesn't interest me. Will I play it? Sure. I'll at least try it, whatever.
Okay.
Give it a fair shot, but I don't foresee myself being a BFBR main at all. At this point, I may not even be a BF main. Right. It's like how the last couple of games have gone. So we'll fucking see. They've got a lot of issues they need to rectify with this next game. I hope the BR is good, and I hope it does well and brings players in, but I don't think it is for the average Battlefield player.
Oh no, it's 100% not. No, there's no question about that. Yeah, and we've talked about that before. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so that I find to be very interesting, and that hasn't been talked about a lot. So you kind of heard it here first, if you will, at the we break the real news here at the Objective Battlefield podcast. Yeah, I mean, it just listening to the Drop Shot boys talk about what's going on with casual mode in Warzone and the popularity of it. It's like, and I just thought, and they brought up Battlefield. They talked about the fact that there's AI in 2042, but in 2042 it was never meant to provide a PvP/PvE experience. It does inadvertently, but in the sense, but the real purpose of it behind it, the real idea behind it was to just backfill lobbies, so that at least if you get at least like 20 people queue up for a lobby. Okay, get the lobby started. You got 10, even if you have only 10 to 15 people aside, just fill the rest of the lobby with AI, and eventually people, as real people join in, the AI gets booted and it gets replaced with a real person, right? So yeah, but this is something wholly different. This is something completely different. This BR is 100% gonna be a PvP experience. It's gonna be a casual experience, to make it more fun, to make it more accessible, which it especially has to be to get. I mean, to get the larger audience, which kind of brings me to the next thing I was going to talk about. So our boy Enders, friend of the pod, started his own Battlefield podcast. You should check it out. It's called, I think he just called it the Battlefield Podcast. Have you seen it on YouTube at all yet, or anything?
I've seen him post about it, but I haven't had a chance to watch any of them yet.
Yeah, I've checked out a little bit of well, he's only done 2 so far, but so check out his podcast. It's called, I'm pretty sure he just called it the Battlefield Podcast, and if you go to Enders on YouTube, it's right there on his channel, and but check it, try to find it. I've been trying to find it on my podcast app, and but yeah, check it out, like and subscribe it, of course. And he was talking on his very first one, he had Ghost Gaming on, and he talks about, and this is, and I've probably talked about this, but he put it in a good way, and I've mentioned this before. Most of the Battlefield community doesn't give a fuck about BR. They like Battlefield. That's what we like, and I'm the same way. However, the reality is that a free to play BR, and if it's done well, will attract a massive amount of players that would have maybe normally have never played Battlefield, right? Exactly. So, and for that reason alone, guarantees this is going to be like a BR casual experience. It's going to be a PvP PvE element, and then maybe somewhere down the road they'll eventually create a lobby or a game mode where it'll be 100% players, or they will, or maybe they won't. I don't know. We'll see.
They could even backfill lobbies with AI too, like they do in 2042. If you're playing at 3 a.m. or whatever, you can't get a full lobby. I'll throw in a couple of AI teams.
Yeah, no, absolutely, 100%. Which is they've got all that technology. Yeah, they developed all that stuff for 2042 exactly. So they would do it for this game too. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on that. And I feel fairly confident that that's probably what they're going to do. Actually, I mean it makes the most sense, and it especially to get this game off the ground and to hopefully attract a lot of attention. I just hope it doesn't end up being like. I hope it doesn't end up being like a mobile game or something. You know what I mean? Like just a really terrible, like a terrible version of a mobile game or something. Yeah. So, which, man, that's a tough one, really. That was another little bit of news about Call of Duty. They actually shut down. I can't remember if it was the Warzone mobile or the Call of Duty mobile. No, I think they shut down Warzone mobile.
Oh, I'm sure it's Warzone mobile. Call of Duty mobile, I'm sure, makes some buku bucks.
Yeah, which is just a multiplayer version. On mobile. Yeah, but like Warzone mobile, they just couldn't get it off the ground. It seemed like it just didn't gain the traction, and and they shut it down. Yeah, so I mean, but you got to think though, some of the these companies, when Electronic Arts and their shareholders are like, well, why aren't you developing a mobile game? Because mobile, fucking 50 billion people have got fucking phones. You know what I mean? It's like there's actually fucking probably 50 billion people have got these devices in their hands. All you need is fucking 10% of that market, and you'll fucking make a fuck ton of money, as opposed to this, to the. I mean, really, if you think about it, the PC console video game market, is a fraction of what of the mobile device market, right? Yeah. So I mean, that gives me pause. Now that I kind of think about it, fuck. I mean, I really hope they're not fucking developing this BR from a fucking mobile, from a mobile standpoint, looking at it just from like, I hope they're not developing it like in a way that like is going to make it easily translatable to the mobile platform or something, or like in the vein of like Delta Force, right? Which is Delta Force still a free to play game?
Yep.
Yeah, it's totally
You
free to play
can buy
game.
the campaign.
Yep. Yeah. Completely. Oh yeah, and yeah, the only thing you have to pay for if you want is the campaign. That's right. Yeah. So. Yeah. So, all right. So there's my thoughts on that stuff. Yeah. So check out Ender's podcast. His second episode, he talked with a Reddit poster, which I'm gonna watch that entire episode for sure, because that sounds interesting. All right. So in some other game news, before we get to other game news, let's just talk about some other games. Actually, I forgot to mention that, like in the beginning of the podcast. Actually, usually in the beginning of the last few podcasts, we've talked about what games we're playing. Yeah, so that wraps up the Battlefield stuff. So we're just gonna talk about some other shit now. Yeah, so you've been playing. What have you been playing? Have you been playing some Witcher 3, dude?
I've been playing a little Witcher 3. First time playing it. I need to get back to it. It's been a bit. It's just not a game I can play during the week. I want to be able to sit down and dedicate some time to it. Can't really get away with that on a work night. I've been playing some Witcher, Battlefront 2. It's been popping off. It keeps setting new Steam player account records for
Really?
itself. Yeah. Yeah, the record for a long time was like, I don't know, 13,000, and now it's 35, like in the last couple of weeks. So it's been going off. It's fun. It's a good time. Good little time waster. Very casual. So fun.
Super casual.
Super
game, yeah,
casual.
dude.
It's a Star Wars game, yeah, of course.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
I've been getting back into some Forza Motorsport. They just released another big update. Added basically a second career mode to the game, featuring all race cars. So that's been good.
Interesting.
I think that's about it.
That's cool.
Not been playing anything else.
I tried to get fucking Forza Motorsport. I tried to play it. The fucking game won't fucking start on my computer right now.
Really?
Yeah, it fucking just hangs. I double click it. I get like that kind of like little splash screen, and then I get some attempt at a full screen thing, but the little progress spinny thing is just fucking stuck, and then like about 10 seconds later it just crashes and it's gone. I don't get an error, nothing. Yeah, I know. So that's super exciting. Yeah. I actually, besides that, because I can't fucking play it, actually because I was watching 24 Hours of Le Mans, and I wanted to, so like it's like, oh man, I haven't played, watching the race cars. I was like, I haven't played Forza in forever. I want to play some Forza, but I can't. So I hope that helps. But besides that, I got balls deep into the Division 2, actually. I don't remember exactly. Oh, someone in Drop Shots Discord was talking about Division, and I was like, you know what? I need to give that fucking game another try, because I loved the Division 1. Fucking loved that game. And so I was like, all right, screw it. And I almost was gonna just play it on my PS4, because I bought the Division 2 on my PS4 Pro. But then I found it on Steam, and I was like, it was only $30. So I was like, screw it. I'm just gonna fucking play it on my computer. And I'm glad I did, because it fucking runs way better on my computer, and it looks like it does look a million times better than it does what it would on my PS4 Pro. Yeah. So I got balls deep into that game, which was pretty fun. Yeah, I like the Division games a lot. They're fun. It's single player. You can do some multiplayer stuff. They actually do have a respawn mode style of like multiplayer game that you can play. Actually, I haven't tried it out yet, but but that's been pretty fun. But actually, I've been mostly playing that actually. So you and I were messaging. You uninstalled 2042 off your computer.
Again.
Again, yeah. I came this close to uninstalling it, and then I didn't for some reason. And then I thought to myself, you know what other game I haven't fucking played in like nearly a month was Call of Duty. I was like, fuck that. Uninstall that fucking game. And I did. So, yeah, I fucking uninstalled Warzone because that game is just, oh, man. Besides the whole casual mode being like popular, which is like pissing a lot of people off because it's like, oh god, it's fucking taken away from real lobbies. The rank, that game's a fucking disaster. Cause even just content wise too. Content wise, like Verdansk was cool and all. Like bringing back Verdansk was cool and all, but like the updates have been trash. Like very little, fixes, bugs, just terrible bugs that aren't getting fixed. Things that just, they fix one thing and then something else breaks. Yeah, it's just been, that game's been an absolute fucking disaster. Which actually, that reminds me, that was one of the things I was going to like maybe bring up tonight that we could like talk about a little bit. But I mean, we've talked about this so many times, but I mean, like, it doesn't, and actually, no, it's a moot point really, because the next Call of Duty game will be coming out later this year. And then, so everyone will forget about this one.
Correct.
Exactly, yeah. Because what I was going to say, like, well, does that kind of put, like, Battlefield in a position to, like, really kind of, like, gain some market share here, with Call of Duty ailing, but it doesn't matter because there's gonna be a shiny brand new Call of Duty toy for all the COD kids to play with, and they're gonna forget all about this one. Yeah, so
we hit the part of the COD cycle where everyone hates the game a little this year.
Exactly. So
and come October, November, whatever they come out, everyone's gonna buy it because it's Call of Duty.
Yep. And then everyone's gonna get about how bad this one was, and it's like, oh, new Call of Duty game. Yeah, exactly. So.
Yep. And then about 3 months later, everyone will hate it.
Yep, exactly. It's that vicious cycle of Call of Duty. So there's all that. And then, so speaking of Forza Motorsport, real quick about some unfortunate news coming out about Xbox Studios. And I had up the link. Oh, here it is. So the reports are going around, and this was as of when was this posted? This is Tweaktown. I just found something on Twitter. When did they post this shit? This website is a mess, and it's probably giving my computer a virus as we speak. Awesome.
Actively, yeah.
Great. Okay, no. June 26th. Okay, yeah. So just today. So the reports came out. Xbox layoffs could be devastating. Whole studios may close. Turn 10 expecting cuts. News reports indicate that Microsoft's planned layoffs of its Xbox games division may drastically affect its teams, and entire development studios may close. So they're talking this could be like up to 1,000, maybe even 1,000 employees. Holy shit. Microsoft's next wave of layoffs may permanently alter Xbox business with studio closures, and reports indicate potentially over 1,000 employees could be let go. Reports say that Microsoft plans to hold a third round of layoffs in its Xbox games division, and these cuts have been described as substantial and significant. While Microsoft hasn't confirmed the layoffs, the tightly knit games industry is anxiously buzzing behind the scenes as developers share rumors of impending demise. 3D Realms co-founder George Broussard heard that entire video game studios may be shut down by the new Xbox layoffs following the merger with Activision. Microsoft now has 3 major parent groups that oversee dozens of development studios across the globe: Xbox Game Studios, ZeniMax/Bethesda, and Activision Blizzard. Yeah, that's right. So Xbox Game Studios, ZeniMax, Bethesda, and Activision Blizzard are all now under the Microsoft umbrella. So I mean, it's like they have, you really like, it's, man, they might be running into like some monopoly laws here eventually with this stuff, but so anyway, they're talking about 1,000 to 2,000 people, and like mostly and a lot of the unfortunately, it sounds like turn 10 could be like just fucking up for just fucking just getting shut down, dude. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know if they'll get shut down. They are in the Xbox Microsoft ecosystem. They are pretty unique in that they only make track racers. The only other ones that do that are Codemasters. I think it's Codemasters, maybe EA Sports now with F1 20, whatever the fuck year the game is coming out.
Yeah.
You know, they've got for other racing games, they've got Need for Speed now. No, that's still EA. No, I'm a fucking idiot. No,
I was to say, yeah.
They've got Forza Horizon, which is a fucking juggernaut and prints money. Like, it might as well be GTA.
True. Yeah.
So maybe if they're comparing them side by side, why this one doing so poorly in comparison to this other one, sure, maybe, but it's still a kind of unique-ish side of everything. Who knows though? You know, it's I can't think like a CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company.
Well, right, exactly. Yeah, so actually I got this graphic up now actually on screen. So this was posted in the article. So this is like a flow chart of basically everything that's like sort of owned by Microsoft now. And it's pretty fucking wild actually. When you look at this like flow chart and you look at, I mean, like this is like just an absolute like glutton of studios and development teams. So I mean, under Xbox Game Studios, you're looking at fucking Mojang, Ninja Theory, Obsidian, Rare, Undead, like Turn 10, just to name a few, right? Halo Studios. I mean, like, just right off those studios that I just mentioned right there. I mean, Mojang, that's Minecraft, right? Yep. I mean, like the fucking apps. I mean, Microsoft fucking just like owns all the money. I mean, this is crazy. And then like Bethesda owns ID and Arcane and ZeniMax. I'm not familiar with what ZeniMax is. I'm guessing that's probably a Chinese studio. I'm guessing. I
don't know. I don't know enough about the situation. I don't want to sound like a retard.
Right. Yeah. Well, which I of course just did myself. So cool. Awesome. Yeah.
I'll let you take that fall.
Thank you. Yeah, that's fine. I'm the boomer, so it tracks. So yeah, Xbox Games is Bethesda, Activision, and then I mean under Activision, High Noon, Beanox, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer. I mean like just crazy fucking studios. And then of course under Blizzard, I mean that's Blizzard, you know, fucking BattleNet, all their IPs. I mean Blizzard IPs are some of the like most popular IPs in video games ever, right? So I mean, let's go. Who the fuck let's go. Sally TTV with a sub. Let's fucking go. Thank you. Sally TTV, or was this a gifted?
It's a gifted.
Oh, it's a gifted. Thank you, because I'm a fucking boomer and I don't know how to read Twitch shit. From 7-Eleven's Pure Spring Water. Thank you, sir. Let's fucking go. 7-Eleven Pure Spring Water. Thanks for the gifted sub, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, so this is really wild looking at this flow chart, dude. Of all these fucking studios under all owned by Microsoft now. This is what Microsoft bought. Microsoft just fucking owns all this shit. That's pretty wild. Yeah, that's wild, actually. Let's go. Get it in, lads. I've been listening to you blokes since before 2042 came out. Fucking Chad King, dude. Let's go. 7-Eleven Pure Spring Water. Thanks, man. Where have you been, dude? Where have you, like, you just finally finding the Twitch channel? That's fine. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for fucking coming out, and thanks for the gifted, brother. I super appreciate it, man. Let's go, dude. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, so anyway, I don't know. Looking at this flow chart, man, I feel like if they fucking just told Turn 10 to take it, you know, to pound sand. No, but you're right though. They're responsible for the Horizon games, obviously, right? So,
No, that's Playground Games.
Oh,
Playground does Forza Horizon.
Oh, it is. Where's Playground Games under here?
They're kind of in the middle.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. They're there. Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's got the little thing connecting them to turn 10. Yeah. So. Oh well. There you go.
That might be what would save turn 10. Actually, though, if they're in cahoots, they use the motorsport engine or whatever.
Well,
that may save turn 10.
I was gonna say, yeah, they kind of, yeah. I mean, obviously, they've got to use a bunch of turn 10's assets, right? I mean, turn 10 initially came up with the Forza Horizon game, right? The first one, right?
I think so. It's been a while, though. I don't remember.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, whatever. All this is just to say because Evan and my, OSB and myself are huge motorsports fans, and we like Forza Motorsport, and so this could spell kind of, yeah, could spell some kind of disaster for an already fucking absolutely ailing Forza Motorsport game. So yeah, but we'll see. And speaking of that, real quick, because we'd like to talk about racing here. I don't even want to talk about what's going on in Formula One. I don't think anything good has happened for Ferrari in Formula One this season.
Correct.
Yeah. So we'll just talk about the fact that Ferrari, though, did in fact win the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Let's fucking go.
Yes.
Yes.
And it was a private team. It was not Ferrari proper. It was a customer team that won it.
That's true. But it was still with a Ferrari car. It was still with the, do you remember what model of race car that is?
It's the 499P, I think.
Okay,
They've won
yeah.
3. Each car has won the race once.
There you go. That's right. Yeah. So, yeah. 7-Eleven Pierce Springwater with the fucking sub for himself. Let's fucking go. Usually on Spotify. Sometimes get it in on the Discord. If you recall, I was on holidays in Europe and you guys put out a pod out of nowhere and it was like, Chris, oh, I do remember you talking about that, man. Yeah dude, I can't remember what your name is in the Discord. Awesome, dude. Yeah, I remember exactly your post. I remember you saying how delighted you were that you're on holiday, and doing, vacating around, and a podcast popped up and you were stoked to be able to listen to it. Yeah, I remember you talking about that in Discord, man. Yeah. Appreciate the sub, dude. Appreciate you coming in and checking out, man. Thanks for checking in on us, dude. It's awesome. So Ferrari won 24 Hours of Le Mans, which is awesome. So yeah. And speaking of Europe, our boy OSB was in Europe a little bit ago. Yeah, so tell us a little bit about that little trip you took there, dude. What did you a Viking cruise? Is that what you did?
Norwegian, yeah.
Oh, well,
yeah,
close enough.
It was a good trip. Minus getting there. Getting to Europe was a fucking disaster.
All right, let's hear it.
So we're flying out of Cincinnati, right? We're flying into Newark, which is already a problem. They don't have enough air traffic controllers. They limit how many flights can come in. It's a shit show. Yeah,
Newark. Yeah, Newark Airport. It is like it's a disaster. Yeah,
it's a total disaster. But at the same time, there's also 300 miles of tornado warnings around me at the airport.
Oh,
right?
wow, really?
You look out any of the windows and it's midnight outside.
Oh, man.
Wow. So our flight into Newark gets delayed. Okay, whatever. That's fine. I got a couple hour layover. That's fine. The flight out of Newark gets canceled.
Oh, no.
Allegedly, it was a problem with the plane. I don't know if that's true. They put us in a hotel. It got sorted out. Whatever. We get another couple of delays. We fly out of Cincinnati. We were supposed to land in Newark, I don't know, like 11 p.m.
Okay.
We fly out of Cincinnati at 11 p.m.
Oh, man.
10:30 or something.
Oh, wow.
It is the roughest flight I've ever been on in my life. Crazy turbulence everywhere. Land in shithole New Jersey. It's midnight or whatever. The hotel's 20 miles away, which was kind of nice because you don't have the sound of planes taking off and landing and shit all the time. But
yeah.
But we take a taxi, right? That's a 400,000 mile Ford Explorer. I kid you not. Every fucking light that can be on is on. ABS, check engine light, low coolant, you name it, this motherfucker's got it.
Are you serious?
Wheel bearings are screaming.
Oh no!
I was terrifying. Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time.
It was more terrifying than the fucking flight in.
Yeah, actually though.
Yeah.
We fly out the next morning at, I don't know, 9 a.m. or something. We land. I got, I don't know, an hour's sleep. She didn't sleep at all. We used to go through security in Belgium because we had to fly into Belgium. We were supposed to land in London, get on the boat, and just go.
Okay.
We have to meet the boat at the first stop. We were going to land the day the boat left.
Gotcha.
So we spend, I don't know, 3 hours going through customs and security shit, getting to Belgium. I don't have cell service. We have to figure out how the fuck to get a train from Brussels to Bruges. Neither one of us speaks the language. We're both exhausted, starved, probably dehydrated.
Yeah.
It's a fucking disaster. We finally figure it out. Whatever. Get on the boat. She goes and takes a nap. There's a welcome party from the parts supplier that is putting the whole shindig on.
Okay.
With free drinks. Very important part of that little story.
Uh-huh.
I've been on the boat for, I don't know, half an hour. I'm blackout drunk. I'm fucking wasted.
Let's fucking go.
Oh, I'm gonna go take a nap. Okay, I'm a little thirsty. Go see what this little shindig is about.
Yeah.
And I'm trashed instantly.
Awesome.
Right? I'm walking around. I'm double fisting drinks. It's a good time. It doesn't make up for fucking in the shithole that is New Jersey, but whatever. I digress. The rest of the trip was really nice.
Nice.
Beautiful weather. Rotterdam was a super cool city. Bergen in Norway was super pretty. Iceland's nice. The rest of the trip was good. Getting home, not a disaster at all.
That's good.
Fucking getting there was a nightmare.
Yeah,
I've
man.
never been more stressed in my life.
Oh, I bet, dude. Yeah, that sounds rough, man. Yeah.
And that's how I got blackout in 30 minutes.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Hell yeah, you would, man. After all that, dude, you're like fucking party, drinks. Fuck yeah, let's fucking go.
Yes.
Give me all the fucking drinks. Yeah, because like, I gotta make sure I walk back to my room that's on this boat. Okay.
It was like one floor down too, so like I can stumble that.
Yeah, you know,
that's super easy.
You fall down the stairs, you'll get there eventually. That's awesome, dude. That's cool. That's how long? That's kind of wild that you like. I mean, I don't know anything about these cruises, but I find it kind of interesting that you went to Iceland though. Like, how was that? Like, kind of like the longest sort of sort of boat ride you took, so to speak? Because I mean, all those other things you sort of just cruised up in that like sort of like North English Channel area there, right, or whatever it is.
Yeah, it was probably the longest. There was supposed to be 2 stops, and we didn't get to do. I think the waters were too rough for us to come into port. So we had 2 nights of overnight out in the open sea. The North Sea is fucking rough, by the way. Oh. That's a violent motherfucker.
Oh, yeah?
This boat is a fucking cruise ship, right? It's massive.
Yeah.
And it's getting tossed around like a little toy boat you would throw in a bathtub or whatever for a kid. And they're splashing around. It's moving all over the place. That was wild.
Was it really? I thought some of those big ships have like stabilizers. Even with the stabilizers like going, was it still kind of really moving you around a lot, or?
Oh yeah, the waves were coming up to like the 6th or 7th deck of the boat.
Are you shitting me? Dude, wasn't that fucking terrifying? That seems like it would be fucking terrifying to me. No shit.
It wasn't. No, it was more trying because of course I'm drinking. Right. I'm on
okay, yeah.
International
just
water.
Entertaining, yeah.
So I'm having more trouble just making it. Hey, I've got to go to the bar that serves chicken wings at 3. All right, help me. See, I'm on the same fucking floor. Help me. Don't fuck me here.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. That's funny.
No, it was. I wasn't scared, but it was I don't want to say unnerving, but it wasn't comfortable. You know,
Oh, okay, I
you're trying
got
to
you.
walk
Yeah,
around and it's
right. Yeah.
shaking around, hard to walk,
Damn.
hard to fall asleep.
Oh yeah, I bet, dude. Yeah, I can imagine. Wow, that's interesting. That's cool, dude. We're the 7-Eleven pure spring water, bro. You're like, I'm just calling you 7-Eleven, man. 7-Eleven asks, were the Nordic countries as expensive as everyone says?
I have no frame of reference, right? I don't know what a euro really is. I do, but I don't know the value of it. And they were all using different currencies on like menus or little trinkets or whatever at gift shops. So I don't know exactly. It didn't seem that crazy, but I just whipped out that piece of plastic and said, deal with this later.
Yeah, exactly. And used our American dollars, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
W America. W American dollars. Yeah. Like here. Hey, look. See this piece of plastic is from America. This pays for everything. Okay. See. Yeah. So keep that in mind. Cool, man. Well, that's cool, dude. That's fucking. That's a cruise I could get on.
Yeah.
I could do one of those.
I don't want to go to the Bahamas and the Caribbean, Mexico or whatever.
No.
I can
no.
go to Florida and get 90% of the same experience. Take me somewhere interesting.
Oh,
The Nordic countries,
Yeah,
Alaska
exactly.
would be super cool.
we're 100%. Yeah, my wife and I have talked about. I'm like 100% gonna do like an Alaskan cruise. Yeah, absolutely. I want to see like some. Yeah, want to do one of those for sure. No, not in a fucking 1,000 years will I ever step foot on one of those fucking Caribbean seeing Queen of the fucking Seas fucking cruise ships. Never in a million years. It's funny. Another podcast I listened to was just talking about Netflix has a little documentary about a cruise ship, like back in, I think like a few years ago, that like had a fire in the engine room and lost power. It was it became known as the poop cruise.
Yeah, I've heard something about that.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. There is really funny. It's the Drew Lane podcast. It was really funny listening to him talk about it. Yeah, it just sounds like a fucking. Even without fucking feces basically getting spilled all over the boat because the toilets didn't work. Like, I don't care. I've heard things about those kinds of cruises. Those boats are just fucking nasty. Yeah. So, and like how many like this cruise ship wasn't like clearly not nearly the same size as like one of those massive ones, right? I mean, a big ship, but
it was a big boat.
Yeah.
We pulled into, I think it was a Curie, Iceland, and there was another cruise ship that was there.
Mhm.
And looking at the two boats, it was like you over here, and then the guy she tells you not to worry about over here. Just the huge difference. It was probably another 6 floors, another
right, yeah,
200 yards long.
Right,
It was
yeah.
huge.
Right. So yeah. So there you're on a boat that like see that that's the kind of boat like I could see getting on because it's more manageable. That size of a boat is more manageable. So it's like they're gonna keep it cleaner. The crew's got less. They got less to work with. So it's more manageable. It's gonna be cleaner. It's gonna be. And did this cruise like? Did you have to be at dinner at a certain time, or like did you have that shit scheduled out? Right, no, exactly.
There was a couple of nicer restaurants you can make. There's also like a cafeteria.
Yeah.
And then the bar served food all the time.
There you go. Exactly. See, that's what because you get because those massive ships, there's so many people on them. Like you're part of your whole reservation is like you have to be at dinner. Like you get like blocked into this, like you're at the 5 o'clock dinner, you're at the 6 o'clock dinner, and that's all you can ever. You can't do that. You can't go any other time and that kind of shit. Yeah. So anyway, so that's cool, man. Well, I'm glad you had a good trip. That sounds like fun, dude. It sounds cool as hell. Definitely sounds like something I would want to do someday for sure. So right. Other than that, I think that's it, boys and girls. yeah, we love you guys for listening to us still. And, hey, tell your friends. If you're new to the podcast, like and subscribe. Leave reviews. Rate us 5 stars. Rate us 1 star. I don't give a shit. Just rate us. Just interact, right? It's all about interactions these days. It's all about the engagement. It's all about getting engaged with and all that good shit. Yeah, so that's going to do it. So, all right, everyone. I don't know when we'll do this again. Hopefully. Okay, well, so one last thing. It's almost July. Haven't heard anything. You and I were going a little bit back and forth in Discord. Yeah, okay, hold on. We got to get into this real quick. We haven't nothing official. Do you think something official coming in July, and then you think they'll still release this game the holidays this year?
I'm still fully expecting a holiday 20 release.
Yeah.
If nothing else, because they need to increase their bottom line.
Yeah.
The year
I know.
is over. I know their financial year doesn't until like April or something, but people got cash at the holidays. They've got a good spirit.
Yeah.
They got to buy little Timmy something for Christmas Day. I still think it'll come out this year.
Okay. All right. I'm starting to wonder though, because like I said, we haven't seen anything official, and if they come out with some big reveal next month, in July, man, are they ready for a big reveal and everything to be ready? Or maybe they're gonna do a tiered kind of release kind of thing. Maybe the reveal. See what? Okay, so look, yeah, so keep an eye out for this. Dear listeners, right? What do they reveal first? Do we get a reveal of the campaign, which has been talked about a lot as like a big deal? Is the campaign coming out first? Do we get a reveal of the BR, or do we get a reveal of the classic Battlefield game? If you were putting your money on it, what do you think you would put your money on? Like campaign, BR, classic.
I think what they'll do is they'll look back at how they dropped Apex Legends, because that game's been wildly successful for them. They just shadow dropped that mother. They didn't say a goddamn word, and BR just came out. I think the BR will just shadow drop one day, and then maybe once it starts getting some traction, they'll start dropping something for the main game. I don't think they're going to follow a traditional marketing plan. Who knows though? I fucking hate marketing. So I'm the wrong person to ask.
Okay, right, yeah.
I think they'll probably just shadow.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. Absolutely. So yeah, so probably BR first. Or I don't know.
Especially if it's supposed to come out before like Game Official or whatever the fuck, Facebook, whatever.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, for sure. Well, all right, we'll see. But so that's something to look out for. That's something to keep in mind as we go forward here. It'll be interesting to see what drops first. BR campaign, whatever, or what do we get? We're gonna get the big preview of one thing first. I feel like, right? Either the BR or the campaign or not. I don't see them dropping some big reveal for the entire thing. I think they're gonna you gotta string us along. You're gonna keep us thirsty. You're gonna keep people wanting something. Exactly right. So so the first reveal is gonna be one thing, and then they're gonna tease the next thing, and they're gonna tease the next thing. Yeah, they're gonna draw this thing out. So so we could see some kind of multi-tiered kind of release thing going on here, which is
possibly.
Which is what I've said fucking 3 years ago that they should do, because that's exactly what Activision did when they remastered Call of Duty. It's exactly what they did. They did the same thing. They remastered Call of Duty. They did it, and then when it got popular, and then they go, oh, look also what we got over here. We got you a fucking battle royale style game made in the vein of Call of Duty, and it fucking blew the fuck up. I mean, talking about a little bit different thing here, but anyway. All right, so anyway, that's our yapping. We've yapped enough tonight about this video game and other shit. So yeah, we love you guys. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe. Check out all of our pages. You heard them in the beginning of the podcast, so you know where to go. All right, stay safe out there. We'll see you next time.
Deuces.
All right, let's go. There we go. And where's my music? Where's my music? There we go. All right, cool. I think we, managed to get like about an hour and 15 there. So cool.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that's about all the shit. That's about all the drop shot boys.
That's all we've got. Yeah.
Man, that's about, dude, seriously, Tanner and Raz, that's like the last like 4 podcasts have just only been about like an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes. And that's their podcast.
Yeah.
That's how fucking, that's the situation with COD right now for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah. So, but of course, yeah. And, come November, December, everything will be fine again.
Oh my God, new Call of Duty. Let's go.
Yeah, I know, man. God. It's gonna get me too, though. I'm gonna fucking buy it too. I'm gonna do it. Gosh, damn it.
Weakness disgusts me.
Well, stay mad. I know.
God, I hope this game doesn't suck balls.
I know, dude. I know, man. I know, right? I know. Fuck. It can't be worse than 2042. It can't be. I mean, it can't be worse than 2042. 2042 is, it's worse. The more I think about it, I think it's worse than Battlefield 5. You know what I mean? And
My thing with 2042 versus 5 gets so like within minutes, I'm fucking annoyed. 2042, I can at least make it through like a match, and then I'll just go, you know what? I'm just bored, and then I turn the
Yeah.
5. I don't even finish a match. I just fucking I alt F4 and then uninstall it every time I try to.
What, 2042 you mean?
No, 5.
Oh, 5. Oh, I got you. Yeah. No, I know it is annoying, but like it at least felt like more of a complete game than 2042. The first thing I really think about when I think of 2042 is just like how incomplete of a fucking game it is. You know what I mean? It's just the map design was terrible at first. The UI is fucking garbage. The lack of weapons, you know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, just such a lack of a feeling like even still barely feels like a complete game to this day. You know what I mean?
It's crazy that we haven't had a good
game in how long?
a decade. Battlefield 1 came out in like 2016.
Oh my, did it really?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, you just made me feel so fucking old.
Yeah.
Old and depressed because yeah, you're right. In like a fucking decade. Yeah. Oof. No shit, man. That's right. Oh
Yeah,
man.
October of 2016.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like playing tonight. I think I'm gonna play some. Yeah, I think I'm gonna play some Division 2 actually. I think I'm gonna play some Division 2. All right, we can bounce.
Cool.
We're gonna end this stream. 7-Eleven pure spring water. Thank you, sir. You're a fucking absolute Chad, dude. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi. Jackie Boy, Go Wings 25. Thanks for stopping by. Iron Jerry. Hey, get fucked, right? Don't need viewers. Don't need your fucking